What began as a fundraiser for a soccer field in Ferndale in 1995 has evolved into the largest classic car event in the world. In its 16th year, the Woodward Dream Cruise drew 40,000 classic cars and an estimated 1.5 million spectators that lined up along Woodward from Ferndale to Pontiac. Although the cruise officially takes place on one day, Saturday, the event has evolved into a week-long event. On the evening of Friday, August 20th, organizers and officials gathered in Ferndale to kick things off with a ribbon-cutting ceremony.
Everybody ready?
Presiding over the ceremony was Ferndale Mayor Craig Covey. The mayor paid tribute to Nelson House, the gentleman who, in 1994, came up with the idea for the Dream Cruise as a fundraiser. House passed away just 9 days before the 2010 event. He was represented by family members.
And rather than do a moment of silence, which is typical, let's give Nelson House a round of applause.
Well, the gentleman who came up with the idea, his name is Nelson House. We just lost him last week. He passed away at 69 years old. He was a Ferndale native, and like so many things that comes out of Ferndale, he was a very creative person. And of course, Ferndale was created by the auto industry, as so many bedroom communities around here were. And so, absolutely, Ferndale embraces the Dream Cruise, but equally important, I think the Dream Cruise embraces the city of Ferndale.
I'll tell you, this is just one magical event. It really is. To see people lined up for 16 miles and all of those phenomenal smiles and everything going on, it's one of those great Detroit jewels. It really is.
Among the activities and displays in Ferndale was an emergency vehicle show. Modern and vintage police cars, fire trucks, ambulances, and more were on display on 9 Mile Road. Winning the Best of Show award for police vehicles was retired police officer George Paddock of Farmington Hills, who restored this 63 Plymouth Savoy Suburban as a tribute to the Detroit police officers who inspired him to pursue a career in law enforcement.
Suburban means it's a station wagon. The reason it's a station wagon is because in 1963 there was no EMS. So if there was an injured person needed to be transported, they would dispatch a wagon, they fold down the back seat and unfold the collapsible stretchers and load them up and take them to the hospital. This car I got in 2008 and spent that summer restoring it. I saw the car up on eBay. I bought it for the body style because that's the exact same kind Detroit uses police cars. But I started collecting material for it years and years ago. In fact, on the back is a bumper sticker from Detroit Police Field Day that I picked up at the Schaefer Station when I was 10 years old.
Following the ribbon-cutting ceremony, the emergency vehicles formed an impressive lineup and paraded out onto Woodward.
Well, we've done a lot of different things here in Ferndale because, again, we are very creative. The police and fire truck, the safety show, has been a part of our Dream Cruise for quite a while, and it's very popular with a lot of folks. And you can see some of these old police cars that remind you of Car 54 and Andy of Mayberry and some of the old sitcoms from the 50s and 60s. So it's just one more leg of the event. We have a lot of family-oriented things. The fire department comes out and lets the kids, play around with the hoses. We're well known for our music. We always have multiple stages and a lot of music because Ferndale, again, is the home of a lot of musicians and creative types. So there's really something for everybody, young and old, whether you remember the cruising or whether maybe it was your grandfather who remembers the cruising. There's something in this town for everybody on this weekend.
The reason this is so important to me is because it's one of the true great community events that this region has to offer, and that is just phenomenal. It really is.
Just a few miles away, residents in Berkley lined up on both sides of 12 Mile Road for the 15th annual Berkley Cruisefest. More than 340 cars participated in a parade, including a number of cars from television and film. The parade's Grand Marshal was George Barris, the legendary car customizer from North Hollywood. Barris is famous for designing cars that appeared on TV and in films, including the original TV Batmobile.
Well, I've been blessed to be a Grand Marshal here in Berkley for the world's most biggest cruise in history. And it's such a thrill, not only because I'm the Grand Marshal, but I'm going to have the biggest crew of movie and TV cars ever at the Woodward Cruise. Look at the string of cars we got coming, all the way from the monkey car to the Green Hornet, to Herbie the Love Bug, the General Lee, just to name a bunch of them that's going to be here, just to give you an idea of what we're bringing in from Hollywood for the Woodward Cruise.
Barris rode in the Monkey Mobile, a modified '66 Pontiac GTO made famous on the TV series The Monkees. The car was housed in Barris's North Hollywood shop for 40 years before it went up for auction in 2008. The car now resides here in southeast Michigan and was reunited with Barris at the Berkley Cruisefest.
But the biggest thrill for me is that we're able to have it here with Mel and his family in Detroit, and he covers all of the shows, and they make it possible for people to see the original Monkey Mobile.
From Berkeley, this is Joe Johnson reporting for CMN TV News Briefs.